What if I told you that spatial beings, or aliens, are not just depictions of science fiction and comics, but are real and have profound interrelation with the origin of humans on Earth? These aliens are known as Anunnaki, or sky people, or more relatable, extraterrestrials. They were there before us. They had a hand in the creation of the universe and are, in fact, said to have had contact with our first forefathers. Is the existence of the Anunnaki a myth, or at best a wild speculation? Did they really transition into Earth after having created the celestial bodies? In the course of this video, you will get to discover more about these mysteries and see how the existence of the Anunnaki race is more than just speculation. The idea of the Anunnaki playing a role in the origin of the human race is primarily based on interpretations of ancient Mesopotamian mythology, particularly from the Sumerian civilization. This notion has gained attention through the works of authors such as Zecharia Sitchin, who proposed a theory that ancient astronauts from the planet Nibiru, whom he identified with the Anunnaki, were genetically engineered humans. However, I must say that many scholars have raised doubts over this theory. They even consider it a work of pseudoscience or speculative fiction. The more reason we have to go into the pages of ancient texts to uncover what lies beneath the surface. In ancient Mesopotamian mythology, the Anunnaki were considered a group of deities who held dominion over various aspects of the world. They were believed to have been created by the chief deity An, also known as Anu, and his consort Ki, also known as Namu. According to the myth, the Anunnaki created human beings to serve as laborers. The ancient texts describe the Anunnaki as being responsible for shaping human destiny and playing a role in the affairs of human societies. Zecharia Sitchin was an author known for his theories about ancient astronauts and extraterrestrial beings and their connection to human history, particularly in relation to the Anunnaki and Sumerian mythology. Sitchin's work has garnered attention and sparked debate, but it's important to note that his theories are not widely accepted within mainstream scholarship and are often considered speculative or pseudoscientific. Sitchin's most well-known works include his Earth Chronicles series, which includes books such as The 12th Planet, The Stairway to Heaven, and The Wars of Gods and Men. In these books, Sitchin presented his interpretation of ancient Sumerian and Mesopotamian texts, proposing that they contain evidence of extraterrestrial visitations and interactions with humans. Sitchin posits that the Anunnaki not only forced the Sumerian ancestors into forced labor, but also taught them the ways of mathematics, physics, and aeronautics. In fact, the concept of time being divided into seconds, minutes, and hours was invented by the Sumerians.
Oannes and the Apkallu speak of the visitors helping and educating our human ancestors. Native American memory reports interdimensional and extraterrestrial visitors nurturing the beginnings of human society.
Key points of Sitchin's work. 1. Anunnaki as ancient astronauts. Sitchin's central thesis revolves around the idea that the Anunnaki were extraterrestrial beings from Nibiru, which he identified as the 12th planet in our solar system. According to his interpretation, the Anunnaki visited Earth and played a pivotal role in shaping human civilization, including genetic manipulation and the transfer of advanced knowledge to early human societies. 2. Nibiru and the Sumerian pantheon. Sitchin's work also focused on reinterpreting Sumerian and Babylonian myths, suggesting they contain references to a distant planet, Nibiru, and its inhabitant, the Anunnaki. He proposed that the ancient texts describe these beings as advanced beings with advanced technology and knowledge. 3. Genetic engineering and creation of humans. Sitchin's theories included the idea that the Anunnaki were involved in genetic engineering, creating humans as a labor force to serve their needs. He cited ancient texts such as the Sumerian creation myth, the Enuma Elish, and the story of Adapa as evidence of these concepts. According to Sitchin, these beings bequeathed their technology to the early humans, who were supposedly just as skilled in aeronautic engineering as subsequent civilizations.
Why would advanced beings from another planet have any interest in interfering with human evolution and managing a human population? Why would they teach prehistoric humans about mathematics?
Ancient Mesopotamia was known to be home to multiple societies, with Sumer being the earliest, emerging around 6000 BCE. Spanning across the Tigris and Euphrates rivers, Sumer comprised numerous independent city-states. By 2300 BCE, the city of Akkad rose to prominence, overshadowing Sumer for a time. However, Akkad's influence waned, and by 1755 BCE, Babylon assumed control over Mesopotamia. Subsequently, the Assyrian Empire from northern Mesopotamia held sway over Babylon in the 800s BCE, only to be overtaken by Babylon in the late 600s. The region was later conquered by Persia in the 500s BCE. Despite the rivalries and conflicts among these societies, the civilizations of ancient Mesopotamia shared a standard belief system with overlapping sets of deities. The ancient Mesopotamians, akin to their counterparts in ancient Greece, believed in the existence of numerous gods, each wielding dominion over distinct aspects of the world. For instance, An presided over the heavens, while a multitude of minor deities oversaw natural features like streams, hills, and forests. Rather than venerating the collective pantheon, the Anunnaki, the ancient Mesopotamians favored individual deities and occasionally their consorts, making certain gods esteemed patrons of specific cities. Consequently, the principal role of the gods was perceived as determining the fate of human societies. In ancient Mesopotamian culture, depictions of gods were considered sacred, elevating the significance of artistic representations, sculptures, and statues. Also, it was a common practice for individuals to craft household shrines adorned with small figurines of gods, while temples housed grand statues that were clothed, cleansed, and nourished by the temple priests. Through Anunnaki art and the accompanying worship rituals, the ancient Mesopotamians sought to garner the gods' favor, aspiring for their benevolence to secure a prosperous destiny for their devotees. You must understand that in Mesopotamian mythology, the gods were often portrayed with human-like attributes, adorned in attire, sporting beards, and wielding weapons similar to those by humans. However, they were believed to surpass humans in stature and were composed of mystical substances. For any ancient mythology, especially of Semitic origins, to be dissected accurately, there's a need to checkmate it with the possibility of being commented on by the scriptures. Hence, what can we discover from the Bible about the Anunnaki people? In the Old Testament, particularly in the book of Genesis, there are no direct references to the Anunnaki as described in Mesopotamian mythology. However, some scholars have drawn parallels between some aspects of Mesopotamian mythology and the narratives found in the Old Testament, suggesting potential influences or shared cultural motifs. For example, comparisons are made between the Sumerian creation myth involving the god Enki and the story of Adam and Eve in the book of Genesis. The Old Testament primarily focuses on the religious beliefs and narratives of the ancient Israelites and their interactions with the God of Israel, distinct from the pantheon of deities found in Mesopotamian mythology. From this narrative, scholars have been able to make inferences about the role of the sky people in creation. Within the pantheon of Mesopotamian deities, the Anunnaki occupied a prominent position in the universe. These beings were ascribed with diverse roles and attributes in Mesopotamian mythology. They were believed to influence human destiny, serving as arbiters of fate and playing a part in shaping the course of human civilizations. Additionally, they were associated with natural phenomena, such as the movements of celestial bodies and the regulation of the natural world. This theory agrees with the fact that the Anunnaki were involved in the creation of humanity. They were portrayed as having a hand in the fashioning of humans and were sometimes depicted as overseers of human activities, including agriculture and craftsmanship. But if humans genuinely descended from the Anunnaki, who have been described as more complex, advanced beings with heightened psychological prowess than ours, couldn't it be possible for us to break out of our mental limitations and reach for more extensive psychological and physiological capabilities? Could it be possible that these ancient ancestors of ours are still somewhere above, watching over our every move, or are we totally left to evolve on our own?
The cultures that have curated these stories of beginnings have also curated modalities, methods that are designed to reawaken a higher state of consciousness.
The concept of the Anunnaki has continuously left a lasting impact on the study of ancient Mesopotamian religions and mythologies. Their depictions and roles in mythological narratives have been the subject of scholarly analysis and interpretation, shedding light on the religious beliefs and cultural practices of ancient Mesopotamian societies. It's important to note that interpretations of the Anunnaki and their significance vary among scholars, and the study of ancient texts influences the understanding of these deities, archaeological findings, and comparative mythology. As a result, the concept of the Sky People continues to be a subject of fascination and debate within the fields of ancient history, religious studies, and mythological research. To keep getting more insightful videos like this, like and subscribe to this channel. Thanks for watching.